Hi, everyone. It's Barry. Happy Wednesday to you. Today, we have a really great topic. We're going to be talking about clearing the clutter, clearing the emotional baggage that really does keep us stuck. But before we do that, I want to say hello and a special welcome to those of you who are brand new in our community. We've had a lot of new people join because finding love, specifically healthy love with a plan, is really important to you. And we have a special way of doing it with a plan, future focus. So again, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Bari Lyman. I'm the creator of the Meet to Marry method and Get Unstuck in Love. And what we essentially do is clear the emotional, the unconscious and conscious dating and relationship patterns that keep you from finding the kind of person that you want, so that you learn how to summon your soulmate. And personally, I struggled for many years. I know many of you are struggling, and that's why you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about how we move past the struggle and basically what we think is the problem versus what the real problem is. So, as we kick it off, what does baggage mean to you? What do you think baggage is? So, for those of you here, some of you are still joining, but essentially, baggage is like they're like clogs, right? Think of a drain, right? Turn the water on, you get a little flood. Water's not going down the drain. It's because there's a clog. And many of us, as good and smart and spiritual and well intentioned as you are, you have, there's always baggage, the things that are clogging us up. So I want to tell you a story, and I'm going to we posted it, but I don't know if you could see the body of it right now. It says content not available, but it's about a client named Kim. And Kim is amazing, super smart. She lives out in the west coast of in I think Portland, Oregon area. For those of you in Portland or Seattle area, and she's really smart. And she's scientific, and she was studying to get her PhD. And she's extremely active with snowboarding, being in that part of the country. But she was struggling a lot with finding love. And so, because she highly values education, she reached out and she said, I don't know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing in my career. I know how to do the science and the teaching, but I don't know how to find my soulmate. So she started working with us, and she made such a beautiful post that I want to share with you. She said, I want to share through what I found in the program, choosing to open up to joy and self expression and visualization and abundance and truth sharing. Truth sharing changed everything. Uh, Starting to visualize my life as though I'd already met my person was huge. So basically, she finished our program in March of 22. She met Eric, her soulmate, in August of 22, and she got engaged November of 23. And we're so happy for her. But this would not have happened. So we're going to share. There's a picture of her wedding ring. There's a picture of them skiing together. There's a picture of him, she's holding up the camera and he's kissing her cheek. And then as you start to look at them, you'll see that they look kind of alike. They really do. We're going to do best of 2023 and all the marriages and engagements and wins that happened. And it's such a beautiful thing. So when we start to look at baggage, right? Again, it's like a clogged pipe. So when we talk about baggage, hi Lior, I see you're with us. like, what comes up for you when, I say, you likely have some baggage. Do you say, oh yeah, maybe I do? Or some of you are like, I do, but other people of you, many of you are probably saying, nah, I don't have baggage. I cleared all that up. So I want you to be really, really open-minded that we're human. If we don't have what we want, and in this case, we're talking about sweet, healthy, conscious love, right? Then it means that we have some blocks to not having it. And in our society, it's called baggage. And my team was like, let's talk about baggage today. So, but I don't love the word baggage because but in a way, it's like baggage, you're carrying this heavy load on your shoulders and it's bogging you down. That's baggage. A mentor once said to me, Barry, you're ready to soar. But I couldn't soar because I had my own blocks and baggage. All right, so let's take a moment and look at what are these blocks and what is this baggage? And again, if you're saying I don't have baggage, that's a little voice that we want to look at and have her feel healed. So baggage is made up of limited beliefs. Limited beliefs are things that are coming from the past, like a belief like, I don't believe that I could have my soulmate, the kind of person that I really want. As a matter of fact, I spoke with someone new in our program, and as we're speaking, she just kept saying, like, what's not working in your love life? And she said, well, like, I live in Houston, and the men in Houston are this way. And they're just that way and this way, and they communicate this way, and they're this, and they're not evolved. And okay, versus men in another location. So let's say Chicago. Those men are this way, and they're more of this and more of that and more of that and more sophisticated and more of that. And she's like going on and telling me a lot of those things. To which I said, well, what else do you think it could be? And then I said, do you think there could be some kind of block or baggage? And she said, well, I don't, I don't know. I think I may have walls up, but nah. And, and, and I've always really wanted a relationship. That was great, but I don't know. So she didn't honor because it was not in her awareness that finding your soulmate doesn't matter if you're in Houston or you're in Chicago or you're in LA or you're in Saskatchewan or you're in New York. It doesn't really matter. So it's like it's a not believing. And then, like Leora said, um, it's not about letting the baggage embitter us and find a partner. Many have been through divorces or bad relationships. That's right. So because we've been through bad relationships, we've gotten divorced, and then our dating isn't working, then we want to feel like really optimistic, right? Because we're positive people. But what's really going on under the surface is that we start to not believe because we're gathering evidence. Well, that was terrible, and now my dating is terrible, and I'm such a good person, and I'm so optimistic. But there's a huge gap, right? A gap the size of, I don't know, the Atlantic Ocean. It's a huge gap. It's a huge gap. Because then we have limited beliefs that men are this way or I am this way, and this can be or that can be, or I don't really need a man. That's another thing she said that, I'd like to have babies, but I don't know. It's really not that important. I said, well, how long have you wanted that? And she said, well, always. So again, see what happens when we start to diminish our dreams, right? Then we're just really, really in a lot of limited beliefs, rooted in The next thing that keeps that is made up of baggage, in addition to limited beliefs like I don't believe or I can't have what I want, are fears. Fear rooted in the past, right? Because what we say is that fear is false evidence appearing real, right? Because if we had bad experiences, maybe, we had trauma in childhood, we've been divorced, we were hurt, all this stuff, then we have fear of getting hurt. We have fear, everyone has different fears, but fear of abandonment, fear of being not seen, fear of not being good enough. And so when we have this real fear, even if we're optimistic, what happens? What kind of reality are we creating for ourselves? Well, we're creating a reality rooted in fear, right? So if we're afraid of being hurt, what do we attract? Men who will hurt us, people who will hurt us. If you're a man and you have a fear of commitments, then what kind of women will you attract? Women who want commitment. And that, everyone, is the unconscious paradigm that most of us are dealing with in our love lives. So you have limited beliefs, you have fears that are from the past, and those fears of the past have us have walls up, like my example where my new client said, I don't think that that is possible or that that even exists, but fine. But believe it or not, these limited beliefs and fears have us continue to bring in what we do not want, right? So for today, those of you who are joining, I'm Bari Lyman, and we're talking about, I created the Meet to Marry method, which is about permanently clearing unconscious dating and relationship patterns so you could summon your soulmate. And today we're talking about baggage and blocks to having your soulmate. And the first two things we talked about are limited beliefs. Why are they called limited beliefs? Because they're limited. They keep you limited. They keep you small. They make they make your dreams impossible because we're like this. Ah, we're afraid. We're afraid of getting hurt. It's baggage. It's like we carry it. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want anyone to F up my life. I really don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm not enough. So what we do is we learn not through optimism, but through tactics and strategy and reason so that you understand, oh, that's where that comes from. And that is how I can be not over here in the past, but how I could be in the future, even before it happens. But here's the thing. When we're fear-based and we're skeptical and we have limited beliefs and our mother said, we don't need a man, or your father wasn't even there, or he was there, but he paid more attention to other people, whatever the case may be, these are the things that pull us down and keep us from being in the thought, the speech, the action of having healthy love in your life. Okay? So the third piece of our baggage after limited beliefs, which are not believing, and fear of getting hurt, and fear of getting abandoned, and fear of making a mistake, is that we have incompletions. Incompletions. So what's an incompletion? It's something you're not done with from the past. And guess what? You're human. And no one teaches us how to get complete from the things that have happened to us. And we think we're supposed to know how to be complete. Like, I teach a whole module about this. The first place to start is to admit, oh my gosh, I think I do have those things. Isn't it a relief to like know instead of like, I have to look perfect. I have to be perfect. I have to like pretend that I don't have anything going on, anything holding me back. Is that so when we have incompletions, let me explain what those are, and we'll do a separate live training all about that. But just as an overview, an incompletion is not being done with an X. Okay, now, for those of you watching the recording later today, I know you're probably thinking, oh, no, 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 no. I'm broken up. I'm complete. Guess what? I don't see it that way because most people are not complete. What you are is broken up. What you are is divorced. What you are is living in separate sides of the planet. And to that I say, that is very different than being complete. So, completion is about understanding how the blockages to being complete, how they affect us. Oh man, how they affect us as we go into fantasy land and we just say, I'm done. But then you may think about the person, you may be angry or sad or disappointed or in regret. And if that's the case, because we have to redefine it, then guess what? Then you're not complete. And if you're not complete, wanting to be complete is different than being complete. I hope that makes sense. Being complete, what it does is complete from an ex, complete from trauma in childhood, complete from other things that have happened to you, right? So when we are actually complete, not delusionally complete, right? I'm going to keep saying that because people don't even know what being complete really is. And incompletions clog us up. They hold us back. It's like an energetic wall that does not allow us to move forward because our inner space for love that's meant for our soulmate is actually clogged up. So we have to fix it. Not, oh, I talked about that in therapy and I'm fine. If you're not with your soulmate, trust me, you can call it whatever you want. But baggage is kind of fun because it holds us back. So we need to learn and acknowledge that, oh, wow, maybe I do have a lot of incompletions. And when we get rid of them, because we have a new perspective and new freedom from it, oh my God. So each thing we remove limited beliefs, we transcend fears, we reveal, we heal incompletions so that you're not just wrapped up in talking about the past, but you are literally raising your vibration and your knowledge and your reason to actually bring in and summon an amazing soulmate because you're much more reality based. We're not like pretending to look so good, and we're not saying everything in my life is great. It's more like you're connected to this new energy and freedom. So, does that feel exciting? Like, I wouldn't be sitting here with you if I didn't go through that beautiful experience that changed my life and allowed me to meet Michael, my soulmate. And we're married now 19 years. And we have been through so many amazing, we've created such amazing memories together. That's what a soulmate is. A soulmate is a goal mate. right? That's a training in itself too. Like this morning, we have rescue dogs, and we have 3 American Bulldog pitty mixes, and they're so cute, and one of them got out. We live on a big 5-acre property, and we're like, "Ah, where's Levy?" And we went out to look for him, and he actually got onto a neighbor's property, even though we're all fenced in. So he got under 2 fences that we didn't know had holes, and we were like, "Ah," 'cause this is our baby, and he's got a big collar with his name and phone number, and on the other side were like 5 or 6 dogs, and we thought he'd get shredded. PS, we go over there and they're all playing. They're all playing. I was so surprised. But how are we gonna get the dog back? How would we get our baby Levy back? And Levy means Lev in Hebrew, means heart, and when you put an I at the end, it means my heart. So we're like a little soulmate family. Anyway, we're trying all these things. We call animal control to like maybe come help us. They're like, sorry. And my husband's not going to go trespass on people's properties, and they're not even there. So we're worried. We start thinking what to do. And so we take a break because we see they're playing. And I sit on our deck, and there goes Levy comes back. Like, so he knew how to come back the whole time. But what I'm talking about is raising children, having dogs, moving to another country. We lived in Israel for 5 years. It was so amazing to have adventures, to share core values. It's amazing. And I feel blessed to have that experience and to go through the ups and downs together and really have each other's backs. It's really like being with your best friends, only it's a romantic, permanent, beautiful, growing relationship. So Leora said, I think my block is I keep repeating the old story. No one has ever done X for me. And my exes did X, Y, and Z. And I have my reservations about therapy. But one thing my therapist told is the past always not indicative of the future. And that's great. But it's hard to stop that obsessive habit. Just because it never happened doesn't mean it will. So here's the thing. Knowing what's not working, like Leora knows. That's what the therapist said. Great. But here's my beef with therapy. What did it fix? Nothing. And Leora is still single, right? Law of attractive, law of assumptive coaching, stop repeating. So it's not just you stop repeating the old pattern, the old story. You want to transcend it, be done with it, and be on the other side of it, which takes a certain kinds of training. And that is what we do. Because Leora, that's right, there's no future in the past, but that's not enough to just say it, because I was a delusional optimist myself. So anyway, I want to finish it up here and finish up the story I was telling you about that at 39, Kim said, I finished Bari's class in March, met Eric in August, and this happened in November 23, where she got engaged. And I want to tell you how she feels. He makes me feel loved and cherished and heard beyond what I previously conceived. That, my friends, is transformation that doesn't happen by magic. Okay. And I didn't know, here's another key thing. I didn't know that men like Eric existed. I didn't know that men like Eric existed. But guess what? When we're bogged down with our baggage, like I just shared, the fears, the limited beliefs, the assumptive stories, the obsessive habit, then where are we in the energy to bring in a man who wants to love you and give to you? It's so incongruent, and it doesn't go away with wishful thinking. And then she said, after doing my work, my vibration, myself, my energy, my self-love completely changed. And that made it possible. And she said, I have a healthier, balanced perspective now of what true love looks like. Believing in him and that special someone was truly the first step in manifesting. Today, it's continuing to believe that I and we are worthy, courageous, and capable of creating something special and so much more, right? So that's how it works, everyone. How exciting is that? We're so happy. This is kind of things that happen, every single day in my world. And that is why I come out to show you. And that's why I'm wearing my heart, my little heart, Roxy exercise top, because it's very reflective of what's possible for you. So if you want to clear your baggage and you're ready to do it, I mean, not like, oh, but I've done all these other things. Great, we all have. I did therapy and I did energy healing and I did all these things. And no, I still dated emotionally unavailable. As a matter of fact, I would meet them everywhere. I'd meet them even at like Tony Robbins or Landmark Education. So we're talking about a new reality. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'm here every Wednesday and we're talking about it. If you're really ready to make it happen, then that is my passion. That is why we exist. Meet to Marry, Get Unstuck in Love. Because the truth is, everyone here wants it, or you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. So not at a Get Unstuck in Love, Meet to Marry, right? So if you're interested in condensing time and making this thing happen where you're with your person, then book a call. And it's called a clarity call so that you get clarity. And then we send you a bunch of things to look at and prepare for our session. If you're ready and we work together, this will happen for you, because it happens for everyone who is willing to be courageous enough to say, I think I need a plan. Okay. So the link to do that is meettomarry.com/step into love. Okay. Step into love, meettomarry.com. We'll put the link there. And I'm going to put Kim's pictures and story up there. And so we have so many other stories, 1,000 of them, right? And your story could be there. Totally. You could be living your dream. And you could have aha moments like, wow, I didn't realize that. Wow, do I really diminish my dreams? Do I really hold myself back? Am I really worthy? Am I worthy? Am I willing to believe in my dreams so that I invest in making it really happen by condensing time and then having love for the next rest of your life? Conscious love, friends. Okay, so if that's what you want, great. If you love this, please tell your friends and have them come on Wednesdays or watch the recording. This group is now called Summon Your Soulmate, because that is really what we teach you how to do. Not just sit around and wait for the next emotionally unavailable person to come along, but to summon and bring forth. And we have some other great things for you coming up for Valentine's Day that we're going to announce really soon. And we have a new gift that we're going to share with you that it's called Bringing in Your One in a Million. And so we'll be sharing that also really soon. So thank you so much for spending this time with me, Leora, and everyone else who's going to watch the recordings. And we do this every day, every Wednesday at approximately noon, sometimes 12:30, but we try to announce it. And because of my missing dog today, we're just running a little behind. So anyway, sending so much love and respect to you and honoring you, knowing Rosella. Oh, beautiful Rosella. She met her soulmate. She met her soulmate. They got married and he passed away. It was such an amazing love story. And that's another very important reason why life is short. There's so much crazy darkness in the world. There is so much that we need love, we need connection. And if you want it, don't wait. Like I don't bite. I don't bite. I'm here to help you and love on you. And so is my team. So anyway, thanks for everyone for joining. Rosella, I love you. Let's talk soon. And for those of you watching the recording, put down in the comments what this meant to you about your baggage, what you think, and if you're ready to get rid of it. Got to be ready. You got to say, I want love and I deserve love. And then we find you love. But if you're about excuses and no, and I'm going to focus on, I'm going to be alone and it's not in the cards, then you're not ready. So I look for ready people. But regardless of where you are, every Wednesday we're here and we have lots of good stuff for you. All right, guys. Mwah, big love. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay warm wherever you are, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.